on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime, I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. Then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. Say you wanna be somebody. You say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Look above your head at the moonlit sky. The stardust drips and shines brightly in your eye. So baby, stay with me where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning. Oh, baby. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. The stars falls around us, entwining us. So baby, stay with me where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning. We're so far, but so far from close. It's so hard to find my destiny. Try not to drift apart, 'cause you'll be right back at the start. And I don't wanna keep on falling. I gotta stay recalling memories we've lost and found. Explain to me what it's all about.
me in the perfect light fall. And that's when you can see all my flaws. And I could tell you don't mind at all. Oh no. You said come a little closer. Come here and I can show you. So I came a little closer. You said I'll show you how to love you. How to love you. How to love you. I'm reaching over, tell me which way I gotta go. I got no control, show me everything I need to know. Reaching over, tell me which way I gotta go. I got no control, show me everything I need to know. You saw me when I tear down my walls. I think you fell in love with my flaws. You know that I was shy at first though. Oh yeah. You said come a little closer. Come here and I can show you. So I came a little closer. You said I'll show you how to love you. How to love you. Come a little closer. Tell me which way I gotta go. Here and I can show you. Show me everything I need to know. Came a little closer. Tell me which way I gotta go. Show you how to love you. How to love you. How to love you. I'm reaching over, tell me which way I gotta go. I got no control, show me everything I need to know. Reaching over, tell me which way I gotta go. I got no control, show me everything I need to know. Show me everything I need to know.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know, like I know, we'll take it round and round. You know Mark, South Stuff, South Stuff. Types that never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. How you know the flow got 'em coming back? Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing summer
1,
to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know, like I know, we'll take it round and round. Yo,
telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young Divine calling their phone number. Yeah. Girl, you know I love you. What's up, babe? And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for that one's gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young, black, successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Live until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first round of the Gold Cup from the Re-Ace Corporate League Season 2. I'm joined by Pled tonight. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Proxy. There's Plet. Rainbow Frosty is a very, very good streamer tonight. And we are going to be going into it pretty much right away. So why don't you take us through the rosters for tonight?
Alright, guys, so underneath the Vox team, we have Insomnia, HPK, Roy Bart, Jürgen Drinknetz Brauners, and Firsterklak versus Afri Equipment with Lothar Ragnar, Duncan Barry 80, K_Akmo, Blackie, and Grotman.
Yeah, no. It seems like K Akmol is going to be going for as Rickus 12-13 tonight. But it's fine. We'll just keep up with the names as we go along. So we are actually going to be getting a treat tonight. We're going to be starting off with Vertigo as our first map of this BO3. So for those of you who are a little bit new to the Re-Ace kind of structure, the placement comps have just recently finished, and the teams have been split amongst the Gold group and the Platinum group, respectively, for their individual cups. So this is the first round of the Gold Cup. So for a lot of these teams, this is going to be their kind of their debut statement, I'd say, going into the rest of this cup. So in terms of statistics, all that we really have is the placement matches, which are all BO1s, which, you know, BO1s don't really count, let's be honest. So this is going to be exciting. We're really going to be seeing these teams put into their paces tonight. So Plets, in terms of Vertigo, what do you know? What do you not know?
In all honesty, Vertigo is one of those maps I never really had the chance to play. It isn't one of the most common ones, but I think it is very interesting, and I would love to see why did they chose Vertigo as the first option. I wonder if the other team can actually make a play out of this. I don't think they were expecting such a map.
Yeah, it's definitely a map that often takes teams for a bit of a runner. And especially, specifically this map with the amount of changes that it has gone through over the last few weeks. I mean, we've seen this map from major to major be completely different from its prior, kind of predecessor. So it's really it's been balanced a lot. It's been reworked a lot. Some people still don't like it. Some of us still want cobblestone back or cash or just quite honestly anything other than Vertigo. But either way, it is one of the active duty maps, and it is the first one that we'll be starting with tonight. So I mean, definitely the team that has chosen. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the map picks, but definitely the team that has chosen this map is going for a bit of a statement. So thankfully, there is no wait. The knife rounds and the map picks have already happened off stream due to some technical assistance needed by our lovely Mr. Streamer here. So we will be going straight into round one, and it does seem like Vox is going to be opting for, pretty standard armor buy, whereas Afri Equipment has got a few interesting pistols there. Ooh, a lot of nade damage there on the ramp already. And that execute's already going on. Firsterklak just sitting on the side, taking a few easy taps just away. Already sitting on his second kill. And I mean, between Firsterklak and HBK, they're making this look easy, man. Two apiece each. Just tapping away. What do you think, Plet?
In all honesty, it's brilliant defense on the CT side this far. I would love to see what the T side plan is to go on about. Maybe an A? I honestly can't.
I mean, given whatever site they're going for a force up here. So, I mean, if they lose this round, they're going to be stuck on a little bit of a save. And Insomnia with that quick Nova peak already starting us off very quickly. So, I mean, Even though Afri Equipment has got this mid control, they're not dealing with HBK. He's going to take it down. Duncan Berry and Jurgen stepping in and getting himself a 2K. Now putting Afri Equipment in a 1v3. Just Lothar Ragnar. What names are these? Such interesting names. And unfortunately for him, Robot is just ready with that Hondig.
Yet again, the CT are holding strong, but I mean, the T side are making plays. Yet again, forcing up. Seems like only half the players are. Definitely Armor once again. And anti-echo. I don't know if it's the wisest choice, but they're obviously doing it for a reason. Let's see what happens here.
I mean, economy wise, you know, maybe they're just sticking with this whole Vertigo can go, you know, as quickly as you kind of want it to be. So they're just going for a quick pace, maybe a few SMGs. I mean, I already see a P90 out there, so, you know.
Seems like it's going to be another B. Interesting choice, considering that CT side is considering it. Seems like they're going on the way towards A, where Roybart is getting a really good angle, playing for information. Seems like Rickus here is getting onto South, trying to find out where he locates one. Doesn't get the shot, he gets one kill with the help of his teammates. Yet again, Play gets another one. Back up South, one more falls down. Orpa, oh, they're already affected. One goes down from Insomnia. Yet again, Krotman easily up the trade. That there's one CT somewhere, but Rickus falls down to Clusterclock, pushing up onto South, not to show exactly where the T side are. Unfortunately, gets rushed. Brilliant attack with the T side. All played by Vox themselves. Wasn't too bad. Much closer rounds this time around. So, Proxy,
I mean,
how do you feel about the situation?
in honesty, I'm not quite sure how Afri Equipment actually turned that around. They definitely were at a massive disadvantage, purely just by, you know, the equipment that they had, the gun power that they basically had at their disposal. So I think, you know, the kind of W-esque, just kind of hold W and just go for it strategy at the moment is working against Vox. I mean, Vox is now sitting on a pistol round, so either way they're going to be at a disadvantage. And Afri is taking this nice slow mid take here, which so far they haven't done. They've just been going at it and going at it extremely fast. So for Vox, even though they're just on a pistol round, this is just going to make it so much more challenging because they're not going to be expecting this. So this initial peek here, that gives it away, and now Vox has pretty much all the information they need.
It's quite interesting. I was actually expecting quite a one tap from Insomnia, but I mean, like you said, the information is given. Unfortunately, Roybart falls down to Lothar Ragnar. So now the CT side is in a 3v5. The CT apart all spread, but the T side are sticking together. There is one dink on Rickus. Jurgen gets AE. There goes a 2k, a 3k by Jurgen. Just with a pistol versus AKs. What a play. So far, they're turning this around into a 2v2. Unfortunately, Blackie got the win of his teammate there. But he gets one. Can he get the second one? Jurgen with the 4k on the 4th round, turning things around for his team.
My goodness gracious. I mean, if you can talk about a hero play, they were on pistols there. They had no right to win that round. Not only was Afri Equipment, you know, taking it a little bit slower, giving them the respect that I need because of those pistol rounds, but they actually, off the back of Jurgen's insane plays, they managed to pull that around, and now Vox is leading with a 3-1 round win here. So for Afri now, they're still forcing out. They're not really trying to save. Oh, that nade damage! My goodness, that's well over 200 like nade damage just in one shot, and now that's so quickly taking down Afri's forces here. Oh, but Blackie with that headshot has just opened up that bomb site just a little bit, if only just for a few seconds. But HBK, and now backed up by Insomnia and Jurgen, this B bomb site is going to be on complete lockdown with Insomnia taking that first shot onto Rickus and HBK just cleaning up. So, I mean, quick, easy rounds there for Vox. They're really playing this very methodically and very well, actually. They're playing off each other extremely well. They're rotating at the right times and they're really supporting each other, which is nice to see. I think for Afri, on the other hand, they're really struggling. They're kind of getting picked apart. I don't know. What do you think, Flip?
I mean, just considering it, how they couldn't really leave their spawn. Couldn't even decide which side to go, being held off by CT. Fox themselves have such great synergy amongst each other. Like, just the trust amongst them, the information game, the wall bang from Insomnia himself is quite impressive. But let's see if they can do something different this round. I mean, we've seen them play with pistols, and both sides have proven themselves in the pistol rounds.
We also have a Negev.
I mean, you can't ignore the Negev.
I wanna see what the Negev can do. It's not easy. And I mean, with the slow A push, the Negev's not really gonna be put in a position to kind of do anything. I mean, we've just got Duncanberry left, and quick cleanup there between Roybart and Jurgen again, 2 to 3 apiece each. So just like that, 2 rounds, completely in favor of Vox right now.
Unfortunately, that Negev player was not there, but looking at the guns now, a couple of AKs, it seems much more balanced. Both sides do have the money and the gunpowder. But we'll have to see how it plays out. Both sides are holding up quite well. Vox, on the other hand, is getting the upper hand. Better positioning. Seems like the T's are splitting up, playing for information, hoping for the CT to rotate through. Slowly making their way onto A side. Taking it nice and slow, looking for information, try to get the trades. Jurgen takes down Eartha, gets a 2-piece against Blackie. Now the CT are rotating to the A side. There's an AWP and Insomnia. Seems like he is the AWPer. Definitely one to look out for. Now there's just one. Rockman is getting tagged heavily. All the guys on CT are trying to get this kill, trying to get up to KD, and Insomnia with the AWP once again finishes off.
I mean, he's been so consistent with that AWP, really just getting the picks when he needs to, and not very aggressive. I mean, in terms of, you know, what you normally would see on Vertigo, especially because it's such a small map, so you kind of have to put yourself in that situation to make the plays. But I mean, he's been in the right place in the right time. So I mean, going into this 8th round now, I think I like seeing the Negev. Don't get me wrong, I really like that gun, and I'm happy to see it. But so far, they haven't been able to make it work.
It is an interesting choice, but I reckon one good spray down would lead to a brilliant ace. Insomnia over 2k, make it 3, why not make it 4? Let's see what happens. Lothar Ragnar with the Negev, the player you're looking for, it's just sitting there, doesn't know what to do, slowly making his way around.
He's hunting for this, he wants this ace.
But we did say an ace is coming, I believe it. He definitely has the opportunity to prove himself here. Unfortunately, he's been spotted by Roybart and taken out by the card gun. I mean, these teams have, like I said, been consistent. It's just, I think, I won't say this map's the CT side of the map, but the defense by Vox themselves is just brilliant. Thinking that this is nearly half time and it's 7-1, but Afric equipment, I do believe, can still turn this around.
I mean, if they slow down a little bit more, maybe give up on the joy of the Negev. Don't get me wrong, I love the gun. Yeah, at the moment we just need a little bit more balance, we need a little bit more teamwork, and we definitely need Lothar to keep doing headshots and getting kills like that. So I mean, that's middle control now completely in their hands, and they have the ability now to take this round if they just play this slow and just don't get ahead of themselves. Now we've got the Vox team just spreading out, and Jurgen is actually going to find the bomb. Takes down Grootman, that's the bomb dropped. That's the information needed for Vox. You can see they've all rotated now. They know exactly where the bomb is. They know exactly where the people are. And Roybot gets the first kill. Almost converts it into a second. I say that, he just converts it to a second. He's going for more. Jurgen gets taken down, but the bomb is still in CT hands. And with that, Kobe almost getting a second there onto Lothar. And now he's left in such quick succession from a 4v5 to a 3v1. Unfortunately now for Afria here, again, they're just getting ahead of themselves. They're getting picked up one by one continuously. And now I think for Lothar, all that he really can do is save and try and not die to a very, very aggressive HBK here. They're just one step away from having this confrontation. He's going to be spotting him out. He's not going to be looking at the right place at the wrong time. And I mean, that's that's round 9. 8-1 is our scoreline. I mean, what do you think Afri can do here to kind of remedy the situation?
Well, they've been really good at the first pickoffs. I mean, if you think of how Lothar got the AWPer taken up, they had full control of mid.
And they just couldn't convert it there, unfortunately. Other way though, We're going into round 10 now, and we do see that they're finally slowing it down. Again, going for this kind of B take. So far, there's only one CT holding the site, so if they have the timing right, they might actually be able to take it. But he's already getting spotted out. He's already spotting out the T's. And with Insomnia, with the flank, gets the second swag kill. And with Fustercluck just timing in, these peaks are perfect at the moment. So far, just playing off each other. Rick is actually timing back in, getting himself a kill. So that's a little bit of extra money in the bank account. He's currently sitting on 2Ks, but still has a lot of work ahead of him. And just like that, and once again, Vox just playing it so clinical at the moment. I mean, at the moment, what we could say is that maybe for Afri, they weren't exactly expecting this Vertigo pick. So maybe, you know, it's a little bit of a kind of an adjustment to kind of get used to this. I mean, the guns so far have definitely been interesting. The buys have definitely been interesting. But Vox seems to just be outplaying them round by round. We'll see now if they'll able to kind of turn it around here.
The gunplays have been consistent throughout. I mean, we have seen card guns, Kalos, and even shotties throughout. But going back to what they can do, maybe just take it slow, get the first pick, play slow on the CT. But yet again, they're just keeping getting themselves cornered while giving the CT time to rotate. Yet again, it is a 5v2. But unfortunately, Lothar yet again might even be left alone. Lothar does get a kill, but Insomnia with the AWP is unstoppable at this point. Plus, as well, the wallbang headshot.
He's just having a field day, isn't he? He's sitting on 14 for 5 at the moment. He's literally just running down mid with an AWP, trying to get a few no-scopes if he can. Yeah, he's having a good time. And I mean, right now, the whole side of Vox is having a great time. I mean, most of their players are sitting around max cash, 15k, 16k. I mean, Insomnia currently with the lowest, I mean, he's the AWP, and he has to buy an AWP. He's sitting on 7k himself. And for exactly that reason, he gets those early picks so consistently, already sitting on a 2-piece. HBK there to back it up. Yeah.
But again, Insomnia with the 3k and HBK with the 2k. I don't know, these two are definitely the dynamic duo to look out for. Definitely well synergy amongst them, good communication, good teamwork. Unfortunately, every equipment have not found a way around the defense, but I do believe, I see it as an AWP by Grootman. Maybe he can make the difference now. I believe it is the first AWP from the T side. Let's see what happens now. Making their way to A. Interesting choice, as B has not been the most dominant side for them. Here comes Jurgen getting a peek. Hans won, but the trade by Grootman with the AWP, as mentioned, for the first time on the T side. Now they're playing a little bit slower, giving the CT time to rotate. Don't know if it's the best choice, but then Negev was taken out yet again. A card gun kill by Roy Bart versus Duncan Barry. He's trying to find a second one, takes him. Kortman yet again kills Somnov. Now that's it. I don't know what you'd like to say, David versus Goliath. Roy Bart with a 3-piece. Relatively brilliant, well-played positioning from him. Like, I don't know how you feel, Proxy, but I still believe they have it.
I don't think Robot there could have played it any better. I mean, he was calm, collected, and that just seems to be the pattern here for Vox right now. Afri equipment so far hasn't been able to really break through and really get side control so far. They've been stopped in middle, they've been stopped on ramp, they've been stopped on A ramp. They haven't even been able to get to side really to even have a chance of planting the bomb. So for them, it's really just been about losing these early fights. And I mean, Insomnia sitting there with the Scar, he's just having a field day in middle again. And with this information now that they're rotating to A, I mean, so many sound cues are being given away, so the Vox team knows exactly where they need to be rotating off. And I'm not sure that Afri is going to be ready for it. We've got two players here, with Roybot and Jurgen just taking the fights, already taking 2 of the players out, actually dropping the bomb. All the information there, the flank in from HBK and Roybot to finish it off. And I mean, that's our 14th round so far, 13-1. For Afri right now, it's looking a little bit grim. The money isn't looking too great, and yeah, what would you say? What do you think they need to be doing?
Presuming this is Vox's map of choice, I would say Afri equipment have been practicing their own map, and most probably have their own plans installed for that one. Probably War Take is in the third round. Yet again, the Gev does not help it. Giving the Orpa a noob cannon does not make it any easier for the T side. After equipment yet again stuck in mid in a 4v3, taking it slow with brilliant nades coming in, burning Duncan Barry. Let's see if the counter nades can help anything. There's a good flash. Yet again, HBK finds another one. Blackie gets a trade. Unfortunately, Vox comes on top again. But well played by them. The defense is mid. It's just a death trap. I don't know how else to describe it.
I mean, it's definitely not been the best option for Afri, but they keep trying to challenge it. They keep trying to take it back. And unfortunately, it just hasn't been working out for them. So, I mean, it's really going to come down now if they can still save this map, which, because, they still can. They've at least won a round. They're obviously, winning 15 rounds in a row on the CT sides is possible. It's definitely not against the laws of this game, but for them right now, they definitely need to start being a little bit more composed and a little bit more team centered. So far, they've been dying one by one. No trades has been happening. It's been very individualistic plays. So for Afri right now, on the CT side, I want to see some team coordination. I want to see some team fights because that's exactly what Vox has been doing. There's been a few individual plays, but almost every single fight has gone down with one of the players already rotating, with one of their players getting backed up by another, sometimes by two. In all honesty, the rotations have been extremely fast. So for Afri, they need to focus. They need to play together if they have any shot of winning and taking the first map.
On that note, I would like to think if Afri equipment do win this pistol round, they would easily have the economy to win the next 2 or 3 if they play this wisely. Taking well good position mid. Rickers gets caught in the cross by HPK and Insomnia working together yet again on the T side. Arthur finds Jurgen. I don't know, the CT seem a bit clustered. I mean, if it is full commit, the CT are falling like flies, but yet again they're still in this. Fortunately, Vox, yet again, even on the opposite side, have found the way to victory. 15-1, there is still a chance. I do believe in African equipment. They mustn't give up hope yet. But Vox have been consistent. There's little mistakes made, good communication, and the trades have been consistent.
I don't want
Voxy,
to say
I
it's a
do
sign of giving up, but we do have two Negevs on the CT side.
maybe
I
it's
mean, in middle, it might be a great defense in middle. I mean, there's the flash coming in. Rickers is able to get one, but they need to hold in that click if you want to be using a Negev. So far, they did manage to take down the bomb. Jurgen chimes in and gets himself a kill, but now just Insomnia and HBK left to take on this 2v3 if they want to win that sweet, sweet 16-1 scoreline for the first map. A lot of sound cues getting given away. The bomb's been dropped in middle. Rickers just taking a little bit of damage there. Just a little trades here back and forth,
It
some
is an
friendly tapping.
interesting choice from Rekis not to pick up an AK or a scout just lying down.
I don't think he's had the opportunity to move from this position. He's got two terrorists currently watching his position.
Quite an interesting choice. HBK is just sneaking around, finds the other one in the corner. Yet again, Vox has pulled it.
16-1. I mean, I said it. They want that 16-1 scoreline, and so far they've just been outclassing Afgri. They've been playing it so clinically and so smart. They've been taking their time with the fights. They've been choosing their fights correctly, and they've been just going so aggressive and not getting punished for it. So for Afgri right now, we are going into an overpass. So it's a map that's really quite forgiving in terms of your CT and your T side aggression on both sides. So for Afri, this is really the best map to turn it around because you can go aggressive on both sides, which they seem to be leaning towards. What would your predictions be? I know that's a
Honestly,
very difficult question after we just saw a 16-1, but hey, I got to ask you.
Overpass is a very, very interesting map. A lot of places for rotation and plays. A lot of positions for nades. I do believe Afri equipment still have this. Even though Vox has been the more dominant side, I really believe that Afri can pull something here. Considering that the overpass map, as I said, so many places to rotate, good spots to hard and just play for time. I really think if they just take it a little bit slower, reconsider their situation, get the hold of bomb, plant, they can make it work. They can make it work.
Yeah, I think that they just work a little bit more together, stick by each other, get the trades that they need to, and just kind of take it a little bit slow. I mean, so far we've seen them get ahead of themselves. I mean, there's been so many times where they've taken complete mid control, complete B side control, B ramp control, sort of there, and they're not able to convert it because they get picked off one by one. They don't get the trades. The one of the players wander off into a direction, gets killed, and then the rest of the team kind of panics. So far, so for Afri right now, they need to just kind of reset themselves. Forget about the first map. It's in the past. It's done. You can't fix it now. So now let's reset. Let's come back into this and let's take the win.
Fox side is entering the T side. Yet again, I wouldn't say it's been the more dominant side because we haven't actually seen them play on T so far. Very interesting. I would love to see how Afri will defend the two sides against Fox.
I mean, definitely with Insomnia being so consistent with his all picks, I think it will be a thorn in the side of Afri so far because he's been consistent. He's been getting those early kills just immediately, almost every single round, getting that number of advantage. So for them, it's going to be a fun time.
I think on CT, if they just get the initial pick, maybe even get a hold of bomb, just hold different corners and hope for the best, hope for let them peak one by one. Maybe even set two on each different angle because the trade ins from Vox have proven to be successful each time. But I mean, the best way to counter a trade is another trade, I guess.
No,
I
just
don't know
like
if you
that.
agree with that logic, but
The best way to counter trades is another trade. Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting to see. Even in the warm up now, we can see Vox Gaming with the three negatives. I don't know if they're going to turn their strategy around, copying the African equipment.
maybe it's an ode to Afri. You know,
Very interesting.
they're celebrating them. They're celebrating their choices. Or it might just be some friendly banter.
Whatever it is, I'm interested to see. I mean, the potential between these players.
I'd be more interested to see if they actually run that on the T side.
I mean, the placement between this team, I think they can make anything work. I do believe Afri. This is this is the map for them to turn it around. I mean, going to round 3, it's anybody's guess, anybody's win. But really, I'm really excited to see what's happening now. They're just showing themselves to what can happen. If they can just keep their cool, if one of them does get picked, I do believe they have what it takes. It just seems like some technical difficulty for the Apri equipment to enter the game at the moment. Not to show exactly what's happening there. Maybe even a little quick chat beforehand.
Maybe there was a miscommunication about this being a BO3. So at the moment, we're just kind of waiting for the Afri side to get back into the server. In the meantime, let's talk about the map. Let's talk a little bit more about what we can expect. So for you, I mentioned already that it's kind of a CT side and a T side map in terms of the aggression that you can throw on both sides. But do you prefer T side or CT side on this side?
Personally, overall, I do prefer CT across any map, but I think TSA has a lot more opportunities to make play, and it's a lot more fun to play against. I mean, just the different picks and the communication. I mean, the T side have so many different options. They can rotate, they can fake, they have so many ideas. But I mean, yet again, the CT have such a quick rotation between A and B side.
I
It's going to
mean,
be an
yeah,
interesting way.
I would agree with you there that the CTs have, such quick rotations, and also that the Ts have so much room to make the kind of the really confusing plays. But for the CT side, they have just as much opportunity to make plays of their own. I mean, the amount of spawn positions and basically opposition that you can take are so much greater on the T side, especially if you just let's take a simple example, that mid peak. If you get that spawn with an orb, and especially probably here in Insomnia's hands, that's going to be such a thorn in Afri's side. I mean, he's going to be able to get that mid pick, maybe even hold mid control. And I mean, then where's Afri going to go? They're kind of stuck to lowers and B, which is exactly what Foxconn might, you know, aim for. And they're going to be able to hold those positions pretty much exactly. So I would say my personal preference would be CT side, just because of the the ease that there is to rotate to sides, to hold sides. The only issue I'd say that really becomes true is when your teammates are too aggressive and they keep dying and they don't know to hold back, which tends to be a fun time in MM.
But I do believe Vox. I mean, thinking like you said, Insomnia with an AWP, I think there will be definitely interesting battles happening yet long. I'm not too sure exactly. I believe um, Afri equipment haven't really had a lot of opportunities with an AWP, but I think give it an AWP to the right player, we have some interesting plays here. I mean, get the pick long. That's ready at a 5v4, and then we already have information that one went down long, so possibly there could be just in there a playground, even fountain. And then if they do rotate, maybe even Afri equipment can push up from behind and catch them off guard when they try to enter lowers. It's going to be a lot of interesting plays here. Like I really do believe that we have a match on our hands this round. Last game wasn't very close because it was 16-1, but I
But that,
believe
as you
this could be a
mentioned,
lot
that could
better.
have been, a case of after not really knowing the map. I mean, it is, not exactly a very popular map that's played quite often.
It is very
So,
niche.
maybe it was just a case of a lack of map knowledge. But I agree with you, with an AWP in the right hands, maybe we can see some interesting fights. We did see Grootman just go absolutely huge for the side of Afri there. He, nearly took that entire A ramp by himself with the AWP. So maybe for him, that's exactly what he needs. But we
I'm
do
just
see Afri finally coming back, so we will be starting shortly. Sorry for the delays, everyone in chat. I'm curious. I'm ready. I really hope after we bring this back and we go to a third map, I want to see a little bit more of a back and forth kind of matchup here.
Afri equipment did join late, but they are the first to ready up. I think they had the talk that they needed. They are more eager. I believe they reassured themselves. Maybe the spirits have fixed it. Their
Yeah,
spirits are
maybe
high
maybe
again,
maybe give
motivated.
a pep talk. A pep talk's always a good idea. As I mentioned, they just need to reset and kind of just forget about that first map. It is whatever it is. You can complain about it later, but for now, they just need to focus on winning these next few rounds and hopefully winning this map, taking us to our third map, which I'm curious to see what it's going to end up being
It is
because
quite
we've
interesting.
we've had a vertigo. We are now going on to an overpass. I mean, so far we haven't even seen the old faithfuls. We haven't seen Dust. We haven't seen Mirage. We haven't seen Inferno, which is normally all we see. So I'm happy with this refreshing set of maps.
We might even get a thrown a curveball here and get a map that you never expected. I mean, like you said, Vertigo for the first map was an extremely interesting
I'd love a
choice.
train. I'd so very much love a train. I can't even lie.
A train would be definitely another interesting choice. I mean, considering the different spots, also quite a niche map, I would say, compared to your typical Dust 2, your Inferno, your Cache. I would actually love to see how both teams would handle a train.
Well, Plet, you can take us away for this first round.
Right, so about that.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's some technical difficulties on my side that I am reconnecting to the server.
All right. Well, I guess that's my turn. So we do see that we're just having quite a fun play here from Afri, as they are going to be going for a full B stack, which is exactly where Vox is planning to go. So there's going to be a full B on B sake here, and the trade just coming in there from Vox. They're just absolutely wrecking the Afri defense here. I mean, that was a complete 5-man stack on B. Every single CT side player was on B to defend that bomb site, and Vox just ran all over them. I mean, I guess that's what you get when you have those Glocks.
It was an
They're
extremely
extremely scary.
fast round, but yet again, CT did get a few more picks this time around. Really well positioning from them. Well, it didn't go in their favor though. Yet
But
again, it
it's
was CT Fox going to B side once again.
I mean, Grootman was the major player in that last round. Let's see if he can do it again. Lucky already gets taken out, and that's pretty much B defense taken through. And Duncanberry, just the last nail in the coffin here for Afri so far. Grootman is going to chime in and get the first kill. We've got two players now taking for this retake onto short. The fight is going to go down, and Insomnia going away with the fuse piece. Rickers left, and Rickers gets taken out, and that's, again, such a quick retake here for Vox. So far, they're doing exactly what they did to Afgri on Vertigo there. So if they keep this up, I think we might be looking at a quick game again.
Looking at Insomnia again, I mean, the rifle plays are almost as good as these AWP plays. Like, I don't know, is he a one-man army versus a CT? Is he a kryptonite against the Africa equipment. Like
Well,
honestly, this
so
man,
far, Gridman has been the kryptonite there for Vox. Maybe not as potent as he'd like, but so far he's the only player on the Afri side with any kills, 4 of which, to be
very
specific.
Roybal, and then even the plays and teamwork, and yet again, Fox is in a 5v1.
So
Paul
quickly
Lotto,
as well.
yet again, is in a 1v5. As seen a lot the previous round in Vertigo. He's gonna try and make a play here, going down. I don't know, I think is it wise to save? Even though it's just an MP9? How would you say, Foxy?
I mean, the money right now for CT side is not looking good. They're going to be thrown into a double save either way. So for them, I mean, for
That answers
Lotha,
that question.
he at least tried, okay? He at least tried.
A quick
So
one tap from Insomnia, but as you said, he did try, he was trying to get an exit or a rotate from aggressive CT, T side, but it was close. I mean, I do still believe, I mean, they finally brought up, yet again, there's 4 negatives on CT and 1 card gun, possibly going too long.
that's 4 negatives. That is not what I expected, and we've got a 4-man stack with negatives on defense. And even if this doesn't work, this is just a great strategy, purely from an entertainment perspective. So for the negatives, hasn't got. There we go. We've got 2 kills with the negatives so far, and actually the B defense is holding better than it has so far. Just a
The Negatives
2v2 now.
successful in heaven. There's still 1 negative standing. It's a 2v1. After equipment, it might have been, some might think it's a meme strat, but I think this is the future of CSGO right here. He's pushing up short and is on the get ready for an easy tap. He's spraying down. Master Clark is brave enough to peek it and did win the fight. But Duncan Barry 80 with the card gun being very patient, holding the angle, did indeed get Master Clark out of the game. Really well played. I think this could be the turnaround that Africa Equipment was looking for. Yet again, there's still 1 negate being played. Maybe Rickers can also see what happens here. Maybe 2 negatives? Is it a possibility?
I mean, he definitely has the money for it if he's bought armor, but unfortunately he did not. So just one to give this round. But I mean, for Afri, somehow, some way, they made it work. And now they're going for a full mid stack. They're really opting to just kind of stick together. I mean, I said they should stick together, but this is not what I expected. So for Blackie getting himself a 2k, sitting on the 2-piece, but the flank from HBK is going to quickly and very sufficiently finish off the Afri side. I mean, a 3k for the man. What more can you want?
I don't know, it's quite interesting to think it was quite an even matchup mid that both teams decided to commit to. Insomnia with the AWP did get a pick, but quite interestingly enough to push forward, not expecting the whole of CT to be there. But like you said, HBK's knowledge and even the game sense to flank around and get a 3-pieces, definitely interesting. The lack of communication unfortunately did get HBK to victory there. Yet again pushing up mid, and no CT to be seen. There will be some conflict happening in the bathrooms, making their way to A, much slower, a couple of guys long. There is Aroma. Yet again, in the gift, they did not work out. Unfortunately, Grotman made his work out. I don't know if Vox knows what to do against Negevs. I don't think this is unusual for them. I mean, looking at CT now, there's 3 more Negevs. The card gun's been taken out. Blackie is spraying down HBK. HBK finds the kill. Yet again, HBK gets down spawn, and of course, Roybart, quite a new offer for Vox side, finds Ruckus. Like, it's quite an interesting. Honestly, I don't even know what to say.
I think Afri is just having a love-hate relationship with the Negevs right now. I mean, there's been rounds where they've just worked out, and then rounds where it's honestly just not been the best idea. But either way, we do at least see, I don't know, a little bit of a slower paced game. I'm still questioning so far Afri's decisions to have the amount of stacks that they've had so far. And right now they've completely left B side alone, just Kritman to defend it, and he's gonna have to defend it against 5 Vox players as they already take B side. The bomb is hunting, and somebody's gonna get the first kill. And now it's a full rotation to retake this B bomb side. The bomb is gonna go down, and for Vox right now they have all the time they need to just sit and wait for this retake. Duncanberry actually gets a headshot onto Insomnia with the USB. What is happening?
Exactly what they need. I mean, again, I think he might find someone short. HBK just crosses. Robots ready for anybody coming heaven. I think he did manage to get a tag there. He is getting sprayed down, but the support from Plastic Clark and HBK. HBK does find a headshot. Plastic Clark finds another one. And yet again, HBK and Plastic Clark, they're working together. I mean, Rekus somehow from a 3v3 down to a 1v3, it's quite impressive. I really can't find a solution. Looking at Robot now on the 7 KD is quite an interesting turn on events.
I mean, again, just for the Vox side, they've been doing it so consistently. They're just playing together, they're sticking together. And I think Afri is trying to get a little bit of that energy as, again, we see this full B stack and Vox just going for this B tech. I mean, so far it hasn't not worked for them, so they have no reason not to go there. These negatives are coming out.
But yet again, heaven. From time to time, it hasn't proved successful. I think it could be strat, but yet again, a quick round. But I'm actually quite amazed to see how that both double commits from both sides, a full 5v5 on the side compared to the...
We've basically just cut off the rest of Overpass. There's only the CT spawn, the T spawn, and the B bomb side right now on this map. That's that's so far the only kind of attention that we've given Overpass. And again, Vox is just gonna go so far for a full stack, and they're running this time actually, thankfully, towards A. It's a little bit more balanced, but Afri equipment on the other hand, because they've been losing this B bomb side, they seem to be just opting for this full B man stack. But they're going to be making the wrong decision as Vox is making their way completely to A side now. And
the rotate is happening from the CT. Quite interesting. Like they have realized it's definitely not going to be B. We've got a couple of 2 Negevs bank, 1 card gun dumpster. Unfortunately, got man by Cloud after his comment to take it down. Dumpster is down. Yet again, it's just Afri equipment does not know how to take care of Vox Gaming. I really don't know what to say. Maybe it's time to forget about the Negevs. I don't know how you feel, Proxy, but it hasn't
I mean,
seemed to be working.
I said they should get rid of the Negevs on Vertigo, so for me it's definitely they should get rid of the Negevs. It's just not working for them, unfortunately. Just because it kind of worked for you one round doesn't mean it's going to be doing the same thing every single round, especially not up against these AKs from Vox. And right now they are going for a full B-Tech again with no CT to defend them right now. So the bomb is going to go down quite calmly, quite easily, and it's just going to be, again, a situation where Vox has all the time that they need. Grootman actually gets a nice headshot there onto Insomnia, but Blackie chiming in, unfortunately gets taken out by the fire there. So the numbers are just 4-3 in favor for the first time of Afri equipment. They're finally going for this retake now. Even odds there as HBK chimes in, takes down Grootman, and every single player of the Vox team so far just getting themselves a kill. Just left with Lothar to try and retake this, but he's all the way on the other side of the map in T-spawn. This is not at all as Afri equipment would have wanted it to go, so unfortunately for them, it's going to be another round in favor of Vox, and Lothar needs to run if he doesn't want to take too much damage there, but he did spot the play out there. It looks like he's going to be going for the kill, but Faster Cluck was just playing that so smart, just not willing to lose that gun there. And again, such a quick round. I mean, we've had 20-second rounds now for the last 9 rounds in a row.
I mean, looking at the guns now, and someone has his AWP again. I'd love to see it to go long. Yet again, seems like it will be an A. I'd love to see the play. Yeah, at least I can see there are 3 players defending A this time instead of full commit on one side. Insomnia gets flashed, but he is finds Rotman. Obviously gets down, but a brilliant flash and nades from HBK. I mean, the teamwork among these guys is insane. I mean, even Roybot and HBK yet again working together. Lothar Ragnar does find a kill. He's prepared. He turns around. Roybot is behind him, but Ragnar doesn't know. Unfortunately, he is taken out. It's a 2v4 with Duncan with 5 health, but Ricky still has full health and a card gun. Who knows? I mean, if we even have a diffuser, maybe bomb is down though. So now it's up to Rickers with full health. With his card gun, he is behind the enemy. They have no idea where he is. Bomb has still been planted. Insomnia is getting tagged heavily, but he does have the AWP, which is the upper hand in this case, this range battle.
I mean, I'm actually lost for words at the moment. So far, Vox has just been taking Afgri apart piece by piece, consistently, every single round so far. What do you think they need to do if they want to change up these rounds?
I think AFGRI is actually performing quite well, just that it's not going in their favor. I think they should just actually, I don't know, try different starts, maybe switch it up a bit, maybe set different locations, because they're playing the same different spots where Vox is reading them like a book, yet again. One try
Not
to set
only that,
nuclear.
but they're extremely confident. They've just left the bomb in T-spawn. They're honestly just going for kills now, so they just have to find Blackie and Lothar to win this round, which they unfortunately have to be since they've opted to leave the bomb in spawn. Clusterflock might take the first kill, and he does. That was insane flick there with opening the door. And now just Blackie left, and he's going to be running with a knife straight into 3 terrorists here. I mean, the man had a knife out. What, like, we can't judge him for that.
Honestly, I'm quite a loss for words.
I mean,
but if
Vox
you're looking at this,
Vox has been doing exactly what they did on Vertigo. I mean, we've already seen the cannon coming out there from Insomnia. So for him, he's gonna have a field day now. And for AFGRI, they just seem to be at a loss. I mean, Rickus has now opted to play with a USP almost 2 to 3 rounds in a row now. I don't know if there's maybe a technical issue happening. Ah, there we go. Unfortunately, he did time out. So 4v5 now for AFGRI, not making it any
Rob
easier on them.
does
Very
find
nice shot there.
Roybot outside of Monster. Brilliant shot. I mean, to think it is quite a tight angle from heaven, just to see more or less the torso and above. But Krotman rotated around. There is a player along. Conan to start now. Krotman does miss a shot, but Duncan Barry unfortunately was playing patient. Got a little bit hesitant there and did try to help his teammates out. Did not play in their favor. But I think maybe technical difficulties was the issue. Maybe now that everything hopefully is sorted is what they can put together and work as a team. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, there is one more Negev, the card guns, the M4s, but if you look at Rickus now, the nades, I think this man has a plan. Obviously, looking at actually checking out now Insomnia with a noob cannon, I'm actually quite impressed. Given an AWPer, like I said previous round in Vertigo, a noob cannon is pretty dangerous, but I believe that they have taken it out before with the card gun, they can do it again. They're just holding sides. Lothar Ragnar is going to play stealthy and hopefully they will walk right past him and he'll get an easy pick. Bomb is being planted on B though, but no one defending B. I did not even realize. I thought it was 3A, 2B. Good couple of nades, heaven, down. Unfortunately, K is picking him off. He does get a 2K. Duncan Barry stuck in heaven with card guns, being sprayed down by Robot. Even Jurgens is taking a try to try to get to wallbang. HBK is getting caught, he tries to get the pick, gets taken out. But please don't be real. And Insomnia gets the knife.
That's exactly what we needed. We've had a Kirby, and now we're getting a knife. That's exactly what we needed.
I think we've seen it all this game.
I
Nearly
mean, have we
everything.
seen an ace?
Honestly,
I think we're just missing the ace.
At this rate, I think both sides have a decent chance of getting this ace. Who knows, maybe these last couple of rounds could all be aces.
Well, we have a full noob cannon stack on the side of Vox Telecom VTSC, so they're having a good time right now, and they're going to be taking these 5 noob cannons right down to middle and long. A lot of damage actually getting traded there between Quidman and Lothar actually taking down his first kill with the Negev there, and now Robot getting the trade. So, I mean, they're coming out with a numbers advantage, but at what cost? So far, the HP is so low. Duncanberry, Blackie, and Rickus on this retake, they know exactly where the Vox Telecom players were, and they're waiting on this ace side. So this might be actually a very good call there for AFGRI. The first kill comes in with Duncan Barry spraying through the smoke there. Insomnia takes down Blackie almost just barely. The bomb is going to go down, but Rickus is still fighting on strong. And now just 2 players left, and they're both below 15 HP. But Insomnia is so consistent and so strong, especially with those noob cannons, is going to get the last kill. And that's going to be, again, a 14-1 half in favor of Vox. So, I mean, what more can you say other than... unfortunately for AFGRI, Vox has just been so clinical tonight.
It seems like there is more technical difficulties from the AFGRI side. I mean, Rotman left the game. Let's hope it's not a serious issue and he will be back for the second half. It's quite interesting actually. I mean, if you're looking at the way they've been playing. Vox, yet again, like you said, 14-1. I mean, is it skill? Coincidence?
We do see in chat that Akri actually has just recently started playing CS:GO, so they have made a team especially just for this league. So for them, they're pretty new to the game. So I wouldn't give them too much hassle for it. But so far, considering that they're brand new at CS, you know, they're not doing too bad. They're at least getting the kills where they need to. Obviously, you can see there's a lack of experience with regards to the coordination and maybe the buys. You know, maybe for them, this is the first time that they're really getting a hold of overpass even. So it would make sense.
On that
But
note, they're actually playing extremely well. I mean, getting the trades. I mean, from time to time, the Vox members have been taken out. Noob Cannon's not. Orpus either. Here comes Insomnia with the Deagle flanking around. Does Rekus see it? Rekus has seen it. Insomnia, just, I don't even know. I'll play both me and Rekus here. Can he get the one tap? Rekus does have the Tech 9 now, does have the firepower, but Insomnia hits the body shot. Does tag him heavily, but he doesn't pay attention from behind. Lothar is rotating. Doesn't seem where he is. Could have gone long. Is slightly confused, but Insomnia coming back. Lothar will be caught off guard. Does not even know about Insomnia. Zeke tags him once. Interesting pistol battles happening 1v1s, but if they work as a team, I don't think they will be taken out.
I mean, again, Vox is just having a fun time. They're running a full Deagle by here, and though Insomnia goes down, Lothar has been left on 1 HP against 3 Deagles. Against the 3 mini Orps, and they're going to be looking down long for him. So I mean, it's literally a util can take down Lothar at the moment.
Be interesting play, yeah. He does get Faster Clark with 1 HP. Possibly, I mean, Roybot's super low, one shot himself. It's just HBK with full health of Deagle. I mean, the Lothar's playing is smart, just holding back, letting them make the mistakes, letting them push up. He does find one path, he isn't paying attention from behind. Unfortunately, well communication, both CT players pushing together, working together. But well played from Lothar. I mean, the patience and just the dedication to play stealthy and hopefully for them to make mistakes. I mean, it wasn't a bad idea. It's just unfortunate for him. The communication from the Fox side is just on point. I mean, if this continues throughout the season, I think we might possibly have our season 2 winners. I don't know how you feel, Roxy,
I mean,
but
definitely for the Gold Cup so far, what we've seen, Vox is a pretty good competitor. Maybe taking that #1 spot in the Gold Cup. So, well, we still have a few matches to see, but I mean, for round 1 so far, Vox has been absolutely clinical, absolutely aggressive as well. But it's been working in their favor, and they haven't been punished for it. So, I mean, there's no reason really to change it. And again, we've already seen that Insomnia has completely flanked the terrorist. He's got complete control of mid. He has all the information he needs. So that is going to minimize the amount of times and the amount of places that Afri can really go to.
I mean,
You do have a menacing Yita shouting your name in chat, Plet.
oh well. Ha. But I mean, let's see. Oh, Insomnia jumped down.
He's just going on a carnage raid right now. He's just having fun.
Like it all pushed the lowest T side. I mean, they were
Give this-
trapped down.
Oh.
Lothar Ragnar is still in it with the Negev. I mean, is he aware that Robot's still on top, coming through mid? He is quite aware, he is ready for it, but HBK is peeking it. Lothar, if he plays this right, he knows it's one mid now, looks away, thinks it's a flash, sprays it down, he gets the one, just goes right, and HBK is there, gets heavily tagged.
Down to a 1v1 for match points, but HBK is going to get the headshot, and that's going to be 2 maps down, 2-0 for Vox Telecom. Both maps 16-1, incredibly played there by Vox. And I mean, that was a quick round 1 of the Gold Cup here.
I mean, but both sides have proven themselves, but considering how new F3 Gaming is, I mean, this team, I reckon, is definitely one to look out for the next couple of seasons, maybe even what's coming up next. I mean, who knows? Maybe they will turn things around and they will be from the underdogs up to the next real competition.
Right?
Maybe
They're
the next
definitely
time.
going to, yeah, no, they're definitely going to be a team that we need to kind of keep an eye out.
But I mean,
But
even from the Vox side, I mean, it's consistency. Yet again, as you can see, I mean, the teamwork. I mean, even the leaderboard I'm looking at now, it's very consistent. I mean, they all have their different traits, and I think they found the right synergy amongst them.
no, I think they definitely have kind of found their mojo, as we can say. They've been so clinical tonight, and I hope that they can just keep this up going forward to the rest of the cup, because it's definitely going to be an interesting one. But yeah, for those of you who are still watching, we just want to say a big thank you and a big shout out to you guys for staying with us and giving these teams the support that they need. As I have mentioned earlier, this is only round one of the Gold Cup for the ACE Corporate League Season 2. So there's still a lot of matches to come and a lot of awesome games to be seen. So please go check out the ACE socials. There is another Twitch channel with some of the other games normally being streamed on there. So please go check it out. You know, let's see how it goes. And do you want to tell them about the giveaway, Meneer Plet?
Giveaway.
No, there's
There's a,
there's a lovely little
there's a
giveaway.
giveaway?
Yes, let me tell you about this lovely little giveaway. So,
What's this
Reace is
giveaway?
giving away 2 cases of Fokov Lager. So, there's 2 winners that can get a case each of Fokov Lager. It is proudly sponsored by one of the Fokov Lager teams, and it's a really cool kind of a summer giveaway that's is currently being held. So
Yeah,
please go to the Reace page, check out the information there. You have to like the Reace Esports page, like Fokov Lager, follow the steps that you need to be entered. You can also better your chances by tagging 3 friends and obviously sharing the post, as well as commenting FL Corp. So,
with a giveaway like that, can the casters enter? I
oh
mean,
no, I mean, I've already entered, so I bet you need to go
right,
enter
so I know
right
what I'm
away.
going to do after the scene. I mean, brilliant games. I mean, I'm excited for what's to come, but I mean, a giveaway? I mean, where's the socials now? I mean, am I right?
So yeah, for those of you watching, please go check it out. As you can see, Plet is very excited about it, so you better get there before he does, because he might just take it all for himself.
I mean,
And
that's the case this so far. Am I right? Case.
goodness gracious. Again, just a big thank you to our streamer and a thank you to you, Plet, for being my co-caster. I
Thank you.
think
Look
we'll be seeing
forward
a
to
lot
what's to
more of
come.
you. Yeah, we'll
I
be seeing
hope
a
so,
lot
man.
more of you. And again, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you guys have a great evening.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go.